Hey, what's up, guys? Got another new video for you. This is Tuned In Sports here. Bryson.
Bennett.
I'm Don. And today we got a recap of the Week 11 action. And, well, whew, here we go.
The action, let's go. Bring the heat.
Yeah. Speaking of bringing some heat, let's get into that Eagles game because, boy, there's plenty of exciting stuff to talk about here.
Legit.
Hell yeah, boss.
Well, like I said before, one way or another, we're going to be receiving number 2 today. Whether we...
I didn't realize that you were asking.
You're getting receiving number 2 from OPJ, even though he wasn't out there.
I didn't realize that you were asking me for my opinion on the game.
If you want to go ahead.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Oh, shit.
You have a following format.
Tough game for the Eagles. I mean, they were down early, and I don't,
Never heard that one before.
They were
Down.
I think, it was just not a good performance.
Oh.
I mean, it was, the Eagles just came out there, looked like they were beat up, didn't play well. Play calling was trash. Just the typical stuff that you see from the Eagles every single week. Carson Wentz didn't play all that good.
Oh, so is it my turn to talkie?
If you like to.
There's an answer right there, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, the game's pretty much even all the way through, and then all of a sudden, the typical no line, and then Wentz gets hit and throws a pick six to talkie, to go down 7-0 at halftime. And again, what a barn burner. I mean, you can't sit here and go, oh, Cleveland really did. I mean, it was just a trash game. I mean, it was just both teams struggled. It was just ugly football. But again, as usual, you make the mistakes of the, 3 turnovers. And, of course, one was a pick six. And, that's how you lose the game. It wasn't really anything that,
Cleveland
Mayfield and, company. I mean, again, Chubb and those guys were toting the rock, toting the egg with that. But, same thing. It's just, again, it was just a typical ugly game. I mean, again, both teams just ugly.
Yeah.
It was just bad. Football. I mean, again, it was raining, and it was a complete mess, and this game was a mess. And like I said, just total expectation on this is just to have like, oh, this is a really great contest. It was just somebody had to win.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean there was. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say congratulations to. Well, I'll say congratulations to the Browns, but I'm not going to say congrats on a great performance because, truth be told, we took ourselves out of this game more than the Browns beat us. And honestly, they didn't play that good. But, they won, which means we played like crap. The truth of the matter is that in the first half, we couldn't do anything at all, and then except for score a touchdown for the other team. Wentz, I'm a big fan of his as a person, but to quote Dad from one of the first videos we did on this channel, you're known as a nice guy, but from a fan standpoint, you suck. And that's about what I'm feeling right now for you. It's just, it's just, I mean, I've tried so hard to say, well, he doesn't have a line, and he doesn't have this, and he doesn't have the other thing, and, all this different stuff. And yes, a lot of that is true, but even with all that being said, he's just not playing the way that he's supposed to be playing. And I'm sorry to say, but I just think that, well, Like Lou Holtz. I mean, I keep coming back to the Lou Holtz thing. You don't need to get paid $40 million to lose by 40. And we didn't lose by 40, but we've lost 7 games now. I mean, I realize one was a tie, but we were against the Bengals. We should have won, and we lost. So I mean, we're paying him all this money, and we're just losing games, and it's just so flippin' frustrating time and time again. Here's a nice stat for you. 2 for 12 on third down. Well done on that. It's just frustrating. And then, once again, how many times do I have to say get rid of the ball? The play when we got a safety, I could see it coming from a mile away. He's standing there in the end zone like this, and I'm like, okay, does he think he has the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line? Get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. I mean, oh, man. I mean, I could see where that was going immediately. And I was like, watch this freaking moron hold on to it so long and then get a safety. And that's exactly what happened. And it wasn't even a situation where there was, yes, there was pressure. I'll say that there was pressure, but it wasn't like unbelievable pressure. It was just he thought he had all the time in the world to throw it. And you don't. Seriously, leading the league in sacks. I mean, how much time do you think you have back there? And he just is standing there in the end zone with the ball just like, oh, let's read through all my things. You don't have time for that. So, I'm just sick and tired of the same mistakes every single week. It seems like we get on this show, we talk about, Wentz didn't play that good, and, oh, man, you can't have turnovers against this team, and, if he would have got rid of the ball sooner, 5 sacks again today, so well done there. And then on top of that, the weather was crappy, which, maybe that helped the defense. I'm not entirely sure. The defense, 17-22, what do we always say? Hold them below 24, you have a good chance to win. They did their job today. 9 points. The difference in this game, 9 points were scored by the offense for the Browns. 9 points. Yep. Between the safety and the pick six. Yep. That's 9 points. If they don't have that, we win. Yep. So it's just the offense is anemic. It's really, really bad. And at this point, we have most of our weapons back. Everybody says, oh, well, once they get their weapons back, then they'll be better. Well, we have them. We don't have Zach Ertz. But other than that, everybody's pretty much healthy, and we're still struggling on offense. And I think a lot of it is play calling, game planning, and especially, like I said, with him holding on to the ball too long, you're playing against the Browns, who have a good defensive line. This is not news. I could have said going into this game, you're not going to have a lot of time to hold on to the ball. You need to game plan around that. They're not watching tape. In some respects, why should I watch the games? They're not watching them. They're just going out there and playing and saying, all right, see you next week. Yep. Because if they were watching the tape, there's no way you do this stuff. There's no way you do this stuff if they're watching the same stuff I'm watching. Otherwise, apparently, I'm in the wrong profession. Yeah, well, we need to go into coaching.
Yeah, it's easy. You see it every week that everybody makes mistakes and doesn't even they sit there and just cash a check.
Yeah, exactly. We're in the wrong profession because apparently you can see the same mistakes on the tape if they are watching it, make no adjustments, and keep your job. Make no adjustments whatsoever. Yep. Seriously, we're talking about the same thing every freaking week on this channel. And it's just frustrating. Lost to the Browns today, and next week we got Seattle. That's going to be fun. It's just, I don't know. I'm tired of it in some respects. I almost hope we don't win the division anymore because I'm just really, really tired of this same circus every single week. And, this was a game that we really could have won. And so it's really frustrating to sit here after another loss. And, really, the offense, 7 of the points that we got were in garbage time in the last 2 minutes. So really, they managed 10 points for the most of the afternoon. I mean, I get there's weather and stuff, but that's just horrible. You can't have that. And then people sitting here saying, oh, Jim Schwartz, the defense looks bad and all this stuff, blaming him for all this stuff. Well, who's going to hold the offensive coordinator accountable? I mean, what is he doing? We're supposed to have all these weapons. Where are they? What are they doing? I mean, I don't understand. You want to sit there and blame the defense? Well, it wasn't on the defense today, folks. I'll tell you that much. So I'm tired of hearing about what the defense needs to do better when the offense has been this bad for so long. And then, interceptions, fumbles, you name it. It's horrible. Again, I'm a fan of Wentz as a person. I think he's cool. I own one of his jerseys, so obviously I like the guy. But I'm starting to fall in line with the people that says he needs to go. Because it's just, I mean, I don't know what else to say at this point. I really think that it's time for him to go. And I just think we need to find somebody else because I don't think we're deficient of talent on this team and we're still losing. So something needs to change. And, maybe the coach as well. That's all I have to say about it. Maybe the coach as well. Because I've seen about enough of his show as well. Of the same crap every week, no adjustments being made, and then sitting here reminding us, oh yeah, remember when we won that Super Bowl? Yeah, and you're looking at the same team and you can't manage 4 wins. So, whatever. Next game. Speaking of firing coaches. Boy. Yeah. Speaking of firing coaches is right. The Lions got absolutely plowed by the Panthers today, 20-0. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, you let a XFL quarterback really, put in a game plan and take care of it this weekend, which is pretty sad. Yeah. I mean, again, this was a game I think all of us were kind of feeling like, hey, this is Detroit's moment to shine. Because again, you're going, against the Panthers without McCaffrey, without Teddy Bridgewater, and you have a chance. Because again, this is a team that has talent. Almost Kansas City level, but they have talent.
Yeah, Reggie.
So again, it's just pretty sad to go on the road and just throw up a goose egg with this team. I mean, a complete shutout, 20-0. And then that's even with the Carolina. I think he threw 2 interceptions in the end zone. That the guy for Carolina did. Walker, PJ Walker, right? Like I said, XFL guy. Yeah. Come on. Just again, as we always say with this is, did you even look at any of the film or did you even get this team prepared for this game? Because that's an absolute embarrassment for Detroit. So again, if Patricia's going to be gone, he better be gone like tomorrow. Yeah. Just, what? I don't know. Maybe for Thanksgiving, just let him coach Thanksgiving Day and say, hey, while you're going, why don't you just take a turkey leg and go home?
Yeah, but exactly. Black Friday is going to take on a whole new meaning for you. Yeah, you're fired.
Yeah, give us 10 days to fire. See if we can find somebody that can replace your ass. For this damn atrocity that you've put on the field the last 2 years. So.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, they should be embarrassed as a franchise. The coaching staff should be embarrassed that they let this happen. And, in some respects, I saw the Walker guy make some plays for sure. But, I definitely wouldn't necessarily say, I feel like this is another situation where, the defense, could they have played better? Maybe. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were really on the field all game long. You know what I mean? Because the offense wasn't doing anything. So it's like, hey, go on out there, boys. Have fun.
Well, no, like I said, imagine if they didn't get those, 2 picks in the end zone and they converted those.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at a 34-0 ass whooping.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even this close.
No.
So, I mean, that's the thing that's scary about it.
Yeah, they lost time of possession by 13 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, the defense, they got fortunate to get a couple of picks. But, I mean, again, they were on the field 13 minutes longer than the Lions offense. So, I mean, eventually they're going to start giving up plays. So, that doesn't surprise me. But, again, it's just, how do you do this bad? And, I mean, I don't know if maybe some of it had to do with the fact that Stafford had an injured thumb or whatever. If it had nothing to do with that, then he needs to play better. And if it had something to do with that, dude, put your pride aside. Yeah, put your pride aside and say, you know what? I am not what gives our team the best chance to win today. And call it a game. Yep. Just say, you know what? I'm sorry. This ain't my game. And do it, because 20-0 is just embarrassing. I mean, you especially on the road to a team with an XFL quarterback, and I mean their defense is good, but it's not top tier per se. And they just came out and played horrible. And then on top of that, you know, you look at the rushing stats too, and they had 17 rushes for 40 yards. So they went absolutely nowhere there either. I think the leading rusher for the team had like 14 yards, Adrian Peterson. And it's just like, good God, 18 yards. Excuse me. Oh, pardon me. I don't want to offend anybody. Yeah. 18 yards.
Give a little more credit.
Yeah. Yeah. Please put some respect on that man's name.
Yeah.
It's like, good God, though. I mean, I just, and then again, like Don said too, it's like, did you do anything to prepare for this game? Or did you just kind of say, hey, it's another week, let's get this season over with? And I read last thing I'll say is, I read something because I follow the Lions on CBS, I got a notification that said one team wants to play for their coach, the other team has no interest. And that's exactly what this is to me. I think they just are done. I think they're just tired of Patricia and what he's doing. And they're just like, yeah, whatever. He's out at the end of the season anyway, so why the hell should we even bother getting hurt or any of that other stuff, putting out an effort for him? Why bother?
Yeah, that just makes you wonder, like, why don't they just get rid of him now? I mean...
Well, we'll see.
It's just... I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if the players aren't, you know, really, you know, taking in what this guy's saying and not really putting out a full effort out there, then what's the point? What's the point of keeping them around? They're just going to... It's only their season's only gonna get worse from here.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
time to move on.
Yeah, time to move on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I completely agree. I mean, it's ridiculous. Unfortunately, you know, the Lions fan wasn't able to be here, but make sure you watch Dent Sports this week. Should be a fun time.
Yeah.
And
can't wait to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. I won't be in the video, but I'll be watching it. Believe you me. So, all right, next game. Broncos time. They actually won this week, but yeah, they won this week, so that's a good thing, I guess, except for, you know, I don't think they really have any plans of doing anything. So if anything, they're just kind of hurting their draft status a little bit more and more. So should they have won? Maybe not.
Typical.
Maybe not. But hey, one thing I will say is the offense actually got out to somewhat of a start today. I don't know how long, because I didn't watch much of the game, but I didn't think that they gave up much in the way of having a lead this week. I think they were ahead for some of the game at least. So that's a great improvement over most weeks. I think just about every week that they won, they've been behind the entire time and then came back, except Patriots, of course. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah, so.
Yeah, you know, like he said, I mean, Denver managed to actually have somewhat of a lead in a game, which really is like, whoa, something new. You know, mm-hmm. They generally are coming from behind, or, you know, losing flat out. So it's it was nice to see this for a change where the offense actually was contributing to the game rather than the defense having to come out and do everything. So, yeah.
Well, I still think the defense did most of it, but the offense didn't hurt.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well,
have at it.
I watched it, so
Yeah.
let me tell you the truth on this one. Anyway, yeah, started out typical Bronco game. Pretty much did a 3-and-out for the Dolphins, and so we're like, okay, cool. Defense did their job. Offense comes out and then systematically throws an interception and gets the ball on their own. The Dolphins get the ball like on their own, or R20 or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. I remember that.
Then the defense does a great job again, and then they get a BS phantom call and actually get a holding call as they pick the interception off. And so they give the Dolphins another set of downs, and hey, guess what? They score a touchdown. So they're down 7-0.
Uh-huh.
So here we go again. But then guess what they did? They actually ran the ball and actually put Philip Lindsay in the game. Amazing. It seemed to work. So they were actually able to, actually have running game, which actually helped the passing game. And then actually played some good football. They pretty much held Tua to nothing. He had under 100 yards before he got yanked. They sacked him like 6 times or something like that. So again, it's just a normal. Here we go, defense. Malik Reed had one series. He had like 2 sacks and a tackle for loss or something. He was all over the place. So again, they were able to actually play ahead football or at least even for most of the game. But again, typical. Just like everything else, right? The defense is making plays 3-and-out, and the offense isn't doing anything to take advantage of this. So again, it was just like, oh, okay, we're going to keep going into this direction. So again, came out the second half and looked really, really strong, and then went up pretty much 20 to 10. And we got to the end of the game, and it's the typical thing. They running the ball, and then they put at the end of the game who needs to do the carry of the load of the carry with it, and they put Gordon in there. And systematically they're going down, and they're down on the goal line of the Dolphins. He runs through and he fucking coughs it up, fumbles it.
Yeah.
It would have sealed the game. Game's over. It is not even close with it. So again, here we go again. We need crunch time. We need people to take care of the ball. We have Melvin Gordon, and we have a guy that he hasn't fumbled the ball in his career.
Yeah.
Who do we give the ball to?
That guy.
Not Lindsay. No, he's the guy that hasn't fumbled in his career. That's 3 seasons.
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
No, let's give it to Gordon. Pooh! Just let him throw it up all over the field. I was like, get this man a beer. Oh, wait, no, better not. Might get a DUI out of this. So again, also before this, another thing, since I'm already, frustrated with this point, is another thing too. They get 4th and inches, and you're up. You're in the Dolphins' territory. Let's go for it. No, kick the field goal. Yeah. Get more points. Nope.
They went for it. Yeah.
Good night.
Yep.
So again, just frustration, and then of course, they're going to put Fitz back in and let him throw it all over the field. So it's like, oh, okay, now we're going to get a ball game, But luckily, Simmons was able to get this interception without a penalty, and was able to seal the game though. But just frustration again of just management of the game and just using your head in situations with it. So it was just unbelievable. As far as you're saying this, well, how the hell can we screw this up? And we're going to try to, and systematically almost did it.
Yeah.
So it was just ugly with it. But offense played decent outside the beginning, and then
the end.
The fumble at the end, because again, everything was going great. They were running the ball. They were making rollouts and passes, and he was hitting people wherever they needed to go. And then, again, just get to the goal line. And again, just we're trying to salt away the clock. And let's ball security. Nope.
Let's
just piss it away. You know what I mean? And it's just, And another thing I got to say is watching this game is unbelievable. I don't know who's the drafting or wherever they got the receiving core for the Dolphins are unbelievable. I mean, they're diving for balls. They're making catches they shouldn't be making catches with. And they're pulling these things down. I mean, like Parker and I forgot all of it. There's like all of them were.
Hey, don't forget that Gesicki.
Yeah, that Gesicki guy was making some catches too.
Yeah.
But none of them for 6. So that's good though.
Yeah.
But the thing with it though is just like I mean, if it wasn't for the receivers, this game wouldn't even be this close. I mean, there would have been no way Tua would have had 80 yards that he had.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's guys, they were just diving all over the place and just coming out with these miraculous. That Parker guy, holy crap. That dude's just grabbing, balls with one hand and keeping both feet in. And then I was there just watching it. And we had good coverage. I mean, there wasn't anything like, oh, that was just wide open. I mean, the guy's draped all over him and he's still.
Yeah. It's like suction cups.
Yeah, I was like, damn, we need some of those too.
Yeah.
But, that's never going to happen. We like dropping the ball.
Instead, you got.
Sorry. Yeah, off the helmet. Pick 6. But, yeah, it was just unbelievable. Like I said, just as a, to give that damn team a little bit of props. But, screw them. There's only one orange team, and that's us. Yeah.
Well.
See, Tampa Bay had to change their colors because they already knew there was only one orange team in this league. So, but anyway, like I said, kudos to the Broncos. As usual, good plan to suck, but we win. So, way to screw it up as usual and make us, worry and guess as true Bronco fans. So.
Well, I know that Gordon was the one that got caught, drinking and driving, but I'm kind of wondering if some of the coaching staff might be a little drunk as well. Because, I mean, like he said, who on earth are you? Why are you having anybody other than a guy that's never fumbled in there regularly in crucial moments? I mean, I equate that to putting Jalen Hurts in to convert a game-winning 2-point conversion. It's like, what are you doing? I mean, this is the guy that you're paying to do this stuff, and especially the one that you're actually, is reliable in this, and you got, this other guy that it's not just the first time. I mean, he's fumbled multiple times this season. Yeah. It's not just in his career. It's this season, too. Yeah. We have, it's basically the Melvin Gordon update every week. Yeah. What did he do wrong this week?
Exactly.
It's like, what are we still doing with this guy?
If this was Cleveland, we'd have a doghouse.
I mean, it's like, what are you still doing? I mean, I don't understand that. But hey, that's why we are who we are, right? That's why we sit on this show week to week, and most of the times it's not a good, it's not a good review because of stupid crap like that. So, yeah.
Talk about a team that generally doesn't have a good review every week. Let's get into the Bengals.
Okay. Woo! Yeah, have fun.
First off, I'm going to start by saying, it's unfortunate. I mean, Burrow went down with a torn ACL, possibly even worse than that, actually, from what I've heard. I actually saw some video footage on the play that he got hurt, and apparently his leg popped out of socket, then went back in during that tackle as well. So,
that had to be comfortable.
Yeah. It's terrible. I mean, it's about I guess I can say one good thing is, I guess this gives them time to address the O-line, even though I doubt they'll do it, because, this organization just has a history with sucking. So it's, yeah, but as far as the game goes, Finley, as soon as Finley came in, I mean, Burrow didn't play bad, but, as soon as Finley came in, you automatically noticed the difference. Pretty sure Finley only threw 3 for 10, 30 yards, threw an interception. Flipping moron. He sucks.
Hey, he did.
However, one good play he had was a 19-yard scramble for a first down on a 3rd and 19.
Yeah, I saw that play.
that was a good play, but outside of that, you can keep it. He sucks.
Hey, but you know what? He did manage to get 4 sacks for 31 yards, and Burrow didn't even get any sacks. So, he's trying to do a little bit of one-upsmanship. So, yeah, I mean, it was just it wasn't a super pretty game for really either team. I mean, hell, who are we kidding here?
Yeah, I don't
the
think...
Washington football team, they're not exactly elite.
Like Flacco.
Yeah, they played pretty similar to Flacco today.
He's elite.
The biggest difference to me was that Washington was able to run the football pretty consistently, and as a result of that, they just controlled the ball. I mean, it's like Cincinnati.
The minutes of possession was only like a 1-2 minute difference.
Yeah.
Or even less than that, actually. I think it was like 1 minute 46 or something like that. So it wasn't like the Bengals weren't able to have the ball at all. I mean,
I know
just
that.
was,
But there's a difference between having the ball and doing something with it. So
I mean, they had the ball for 29 minutes total in the game. So they had possession, but just
that's
ultimately didn't score anything.
Well, the reason it was close is because Washington couldn't do anything either. It's just like I said, Washington played like crap too.
The run game was just flipping terrible. Pretty sure we only had like
what? What? No, I mean they
I think they
70 yards.
Again,
3.9 yards per rush.
Again, we didn't run the ball. It seems like it's the same crap. You know what? The run game, I don't even care if you don't have Mixon. Bernard's a solid running back, and Samaje Perine actually played well in the game that we won against the Titans. So it doesn't make sense to me why we don't run the ball more. I get that we don't have a great O-line, but would I rather run the ball or end up having what happened today, where our franchise QB goes out with injury due to getting hit? I mean, I'd rather run the ball and limit those opportunities.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you take a risk every time you go back there. So I mean, if he didn't accept that he might get hit once in a while, I don't think he'd play quarterback or play football. Period. So I mean, it is what it is with that. But
still, when you pass the ball almost 40 times a game, you're liable to get hit. They need to have a more balanced offense. Can't be just passing it every down and being one-dimensional. You know what I'm saying?
Well, apparently they think they can.
Yeah, it just makes you question, like, what the hell is the coaching staff thinking?
They're going to be one-dimensional now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They're going to have to run it.
I was going to say.
They're going to throw interceptions.
You wanted to see more running. You're going to see it because they got Ryan Finley in there.
Judging from what I saw from him today,
hey, maybe,
get ready to lose out.
Maybe you can Maybe you can pick somebody up from the Broncos coaching quarterback carousel.
Yeah, I was gonna say he sounds well.
Hey, how about you send?
We got Driscoll.
How about you send Driscoll back over here?
Yeah, we can launch him back over for a mid rounder.
But
we'll take it.
But yeah, nonetheless, I mean, I actually thought the defense played pretty well today. Only gave up 20 points. Granted, I mean, I don't think, Washington's offense is anything really to shout at, but, still.
They scored more points than the Eagles.
The defense generally did do their jobs today. So I give them props. But, offensively, we had 9 points. I think we were up 9-7 at half or something.
Yeah, 9-7.
So, and then, early in the third quarter is when the Burrow thing happened, and then, as we can probably assume, didn't score another point the whole game. So, just unfortunate. sucks.
Yeah, I was thinking that with this game that, when I was seeing the scores that, it was just a matter of time, and I think Burrow got them into the position where they were going to get ahead, and I think they were just going to roll out of there as soon as the second half was done. But then, unfortunately, that's when all hell broke loose, per se. But again, I think you said in our preview show and everything with it, hey, it's a real nice quarterback, but can you keep him upright for the season? And nope. It didn't look like it happened. So again, same thing. If you put a lot of money into that one position, you better make sure he's covered. Because if you don't, it's not going to end well. Because there's not that many except for Lamar Jacksons and things like that, and Mahomes that can get themselves out of those situations. Yeah. Which is few and far between. So, but most of the time you're just going to, wins. How many times has he been on the IR? That's the reason they had Foles come in, right? So again, same thing. If you got a really good high quarterback, but if you're not going to have a line to take care of him, it's just a matter of time before he's going to get hammered, and all it takes is once, and it's it. I should say even the Colts. That did it the right way, right? They said, hey, we got Andrew Luck, okay, and then we're going to draft offensive linemen, and just nasty offensive linemen, and he still got hurt, pummeled and hurt. Eventually ended his career with it. So again, it's just unfortunate that this had to happen at this time, because I think they were trending in the right direction. And like I said, I think this game would have been said and done by the end. They probably would have won. It, again, wouldn't have been pretty or whatever with it, but a good 17, 10 win, or 17-13 win, or something along the lines where it was kind of close probably, but Cincinnati had it. But again, once your
protege,
just your centerpiece of the whole organization, because you can't tell me that once that happened and everybody saw him on the ground that they just went
deflate.
You just
everybody was deflated.
Yeah, you just had to know that everybody just went, oh boy. And then they went, oh, hey, here's Finley. All right.
Yeah, I'm sure the fans were cheering over it. They were like, oh, shoot, let's get Finley into the game.
Yeah. So I'm sure the offense was, oh, boy. And then the defense is like, oh, we're going to have to spend our time out here all the rest of the day because we're going to go 3 and out. Like,
and that's what happened.
So, again, it's just not a good way to end the day, and then I think ultimately end the season.
No.
I don't see.
I don't think they're winning.
I don't see anything positive, that they can come out of this with it. Because again, I think he was the glue that was moving this whole franchise along in that direction, which I thought was what they needed to do, and which was really great for him. But now that this has happened, it's rebuild.
Nope. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. It was just, just about every single drive in the second half was 3 plays or 4 plays or 5 plays. It was, and they weren't starting in Washington side of the field. So that means, punting.
It's a matter of time, right? Eventually they're going to win field position.
Exactly.
And then they're gonna put some points on the board.
Yep.
And if it was a 9-7 game at half, all you need is a field goal, right? Like, hey,
pretty much. Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, it's just unfortunate game for the Bengals, but I don't think. I think if it wasn't clear before on what they needed to address, it's become crystal clear now what they need to address. So maybe this will be the push that they need to actually, address the need. Yeah. Something that I hope the Eagles, take note of.
Well, again, like I said, it's just like everything else. There is no guarantee that if you draft an offensive lineman, he's going to be great.
No, exactly.
But you know what? At least you're trying to address the deficiency that you have. So in the event, if he does become great or at least satisfactory, then it's good. It's like, I can say normal, like they even mentioned in today's game that Bowles for the Broncos, the left tackle, which has been a horrible swinging gait, or they could change his name to Holding on the back of his jersey, is actually in contention for a Pro Bowl bid because he actually has played light years ahead of what he was the last several years. But apparently it looks like the light bulb went on, and he's kind of knowing what he's doing now. And again, I don't know what that is. And again, our offense is not that great. So for them to actually say that he's in a Pro Bowl caliber performance so far this year with that crappy offense, it's something to say. With
for
it.
sure.
So again, it's that same thing. But again, just like we say before, look at the film, address the need. It's just like us. I mean, we need linebackers that can cover the tight end, and we need an offensive line.
Yeah.
Just draft those things because, again, they're going to help you.
Yeah.
Again, they make average quarterbacks look good. I mean,
and that's the same thing with us. I wish we would have done that, but no, we took Jalen Hurts. It's like great.
I swear to God, though, if we don't draft a offensive lineman in the first round, I'm gonna be tune into the channel. So, that's if like they said. I mean, if it wasn't evident what we need to work on before, it definitely is now. So we need to go out there and address the things that we need to work on. O-line, actually, I would arguably say that's definitely our biggest concern. Defense, I mean, I don't think our corner play is bad. Linebackers are young. D-line does need a little bit of work. I mean, got to get pressure.
Yeah, well, I think that'll be enough of this crap show. I'm just getting more and more frustrated just thinking about what happened today with my team. So we'll go ahead and cap it off here and say thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy the content, hit the like button, subscribe. Make sure you check out the upcoming Dent Sports review. Should be mighty exciting. And with that being said, my name is Bryson.
I'm Bennett.
I'm Don.
See you guys in the next video.